I was staying with a friend and a few of his cousins that I was very close with because I basically grew up with them. My friend's house is deep in the woods, but it's also a very big wooden house, almost looks like a cabin. It was just me, my friend Anthony, and his three cousins Danica, Clyde, and Diamond. I was in the kitchen making myself a snack. As I was standing in the kitchen, the hair at the back of my neck stands up straight due to an ominous burst of cold air that goes right through me. My hands start shaking and it feels like a heavy weight is on my chest. It gets harder to breathe and I feel like I'm about to pass out. Out of nowhere, Danica comes down the stairs for a drink and sees me just standing there. She calls out to me and that's what breaks me free of this feeling. I turn around with wide eyes and she looks at me asking me if I'm alright. I start breathing normal again and I say yes, not wanting to freak her out. A few hours later, we're all upstairs in Anthony's room. Clyde hears something coming from downstairs and he asks Anthony if anyone was coming home late. Anthony responds saying, "No one is supposed to be home for at least a day or two." At this point I'm confused because I didn't hear anything at all, but I feel a very strong presence, almost the same presence I felt downstairs. At that moment, we all hear the garage door being opened. The only way to open a garage door is in the laundry room. We all look at each other. Just as I'm about to say something, the power shuts off. My mind goes blank and I don't know what to think. Anthony grabs his phone and turns on the flashlight. I do the same, but we're just standing there too scared to move. I go towards the light switch and flip it up and down as if that was gonna do something. Anthony simply says it was just a power box. It shuts off at least once a month, he says, that the box is in the garage. Now, I have seen a lot of scary movies and read a lot of scary stories, but there is also a rule not to be dumb or a hero. So that's why I decided I would be the hero and turn on the power box. Anthony has decided to go with me and the others stayed upstairs. We started walking downstairs and towards the garage, but then I get that feeling again like a dark energy surrounds me. It didn't seem like Anthony felt the same things because he kept walking towards the garage. We opened the door and the garage door is wide open. Now I would be lying if I said the typical I saw something out of the corner of my eye or the power shuts off again. But no, after we turned it back on, it was back to normal. That was until 2 in the morning. I wake up to Danica shaking me, saying she thinks she hears something outside. I sit up and I listen closely. There's nothing really happening, so I think she was just half asleep. Just as I'm about to say something, I hear loud footsteps on the roof. Now this is a 2-story house, and the only way on the roof is through Anthony's parents' room. I don't know what to think, nor do I know what the footsteps on the roof are. The footsteps are too heavy to be a small animal such as a raccoon or a squirrel. Danica starts gagging and the others wake up in disgust. That's when it hits me, the smell of rotting flesh, old blood, fresh smell of rust, and decaying bone. My hands start shaking because I know the smell or something very similar to it. And all the stories my uncle told me. Fear overtakes me and my eyes start watering. Danica sees me and asks me if I'm okay. The only thing that could come out of my mouth is Skinwalker. All their faces go pale. My friend and his cousins are also Native American, they are Creek, and they are also aware of the stories. We are just looking at each other and finally there's a noise. The noise of footsteps slowly walking towards the front of the house. Since it was late at night, the porch lights were off. To this day, I wish the lights were on. It goes quiet again, and that's when a faint knock on the door is heard. I get up and run towards the stairs, and the rest follow me. The smell is unbearable, and I feel like I'm about to throw up. I ask Anthony if he has a feather or anything like that in the house, and thankfully he does. I was always told if I come across an evil spirit, I have to say my grandfather's name in my tribe language. From the stories I was told from my family, my grandfather used to be a medicine man who encountered many evil things, skinwalkers, shapeshifters, witches, etc. Just as I'm about to go up the stairs, the smell of cedar and sage filled the house. Danica screamed, and I swear I will never get the sound out of my head. We all hear a distorted but very close scream outside the front door that sounds just like Danica. Now I always heard that they could copy voices and even look like someone to lure you towards them, and I really wish I was making this up, but I swear that thing was trying to talk. I didn't really hear much due to me being on the stairs and the 2 girls crying and my heavy breathing, but I think it was saying help me or come out here. I'm not fully sure, but I do know it was trying to lure us out there. Anthony gives me a feather and tells everyone to come near me and hold hands. I can't speak Ho Chunk very well. I only know how to say prayers and have simple conversations. But I can understand it good, so I start saying a prayer and fanning down everyone. I think the Skinwalker knew what I was doing because I swear I heard it start to laugh. After I said my grandfather's name, the smell of sage and cider blows drifted away along with the smell of decaying flesh. We all calmed down, but we did not go to sleep that night.